You might remember the housing crash in 2008, even if you didn't own a home at the time. If you're worried there's going to be a repeat of what happened back then, there's good news. The housing market now is much different than 2008. One of the important reasons is there aren't enough homes for sale. That means there's an undersupply, not an oversupply like there was last time. For the market to crash, there would have to be too many homes for sale, but the data doesn't show this happening. Housing supply comes from three main sources: homeowners deciding to sell their houses, newly built homes, and distressed properties like foreclosures or short sales. So here's a closer look at today's housing inventory to understand why this isn't like 2008. So although the housing supply did grow compared to last year, it's still low. The current month's supply is below the norm. The graph shows this more clearly. If you look at the latest data compared to 2008, there's only about a third of that available inventory today. So what does this mean? There just aren't enough homes available to make home values drop. To have a repeat of 2008, there need to be a lot more people selling their houses with very few buyers, and that's not happening right now. People are also talking a lot about what's going on with newly built houses. They might make you wonder if home builders are overdoing it. The graph below shows the number of new houses built over the last 52 years. The 14 years of underbuilding is a big part of the reason why inventory is so low today. Basically, builders haven't been building enough homes for years now, and that's created a significant deficit in supply. While the final blue bar on the graph shows that this ramping up and on the pace to hit long-term average again, it won't suddenly create an oversupply. That's because there's too much of a gap to make up. Plus, builders are being intentional about not overbuilding homes like they did during the bubble. So let's talk about distressed properties and foreclosures. The last place inventory that can come from is distressed properties, including short sales and foreclosures. Back during the housing crisis, there was a flood of foreclosures due to lending standards that allowed many people to get a home loan they couldn't truly afford. Today, lending standards are much tighter, resulting in more qualified buyers and far few foreclosures. The graph shows data from the Federal Reserve to show how things have changed since the housing crash. This graph illustrates as lending standards got tighter and buyers were more qualified, the number of foreclosures started to go down. In 2020 and 2021, the combination of a moratorium on foreclosures and the forbearance program helped prevent a repeat of the wave of foreclosures we saw back in 2008. The forbearance program was a game changer, giving homeowners options for things like loan deferrals and modifications they didn't have before. And data on the success of that program shows 4 out of every 5 homeowners coming out of forbearance are either paid in full or have worked out of the repayment plan to avoid foreclosure. These are a few of the biggest reasons there won't be a wave of foreclosures coming to the market. So what does this mean for you? Inventory levels aren't anywhere near where they need to be for prices to drop significantly and the housing market to crash. According to Bankrate, this isn't going to change anytime soon, especially considering buyer demand is still strong. This ongoing lack of inventory explains why many buyers still have little choice but to bid up prices, and it also indicates that the supply and demand equation simply won't allow a price crash in the near future. So what's the bottom line? The market doesn't have enough available homes for a repeat of 2008 housing crisis, and there's nothing that suggests that this will change anytime soon. That's why housing inventory tells us there's no crash on the horizon. For more help or more questions about the local market or how you can have your real estate needs met, please don't hesitate to reach out to our team.